Good morning, everyone. First, I want to talk to you about the Google Classroom. For 1A, there are only 7 students. I've invited all, but then only 7 students managed to enter the Google Classroom. Why is that? And then there's only 6 students from 1T managed to enter the Google Classroom and look at the bottom mock paper. It's you don't have to do anything with the paper. It just there's no question. It's just to see whether you can enter or not the Google Classroom. And there, I got my result. I only 6 from 1T, only 7 from 1A. I hope that because we are going to do an examination soon now. For now, on the 29th, sekejap. Hello, saya ada kelas. Boleh. Hmm. Okay, sorry about that. The clerk in the school called me. So I need you to be able to enter Google Classroom lah, because the test paper will be uploaded in the Google Classroom for for a period of time, meaning to say but it's going to be scheduled. So if the paper is at 8, and then by the paper will be uploaded 10 minutes before, and then the paper will be stopped at exactly 9:30 a.m. and then you cannot be able to like open the paper after the exam period. Something. That's why we're going to use Google Classroom. So I hope that you try. I have uploaded another game. It's not a game now. Another assignment in Google Classroom. I hope you try. I hope that I will see more than 7 and more than 6 people. Okay, and that's for the Google Classroom thing. For today, we are going to look at page 34. Everybody, you have your Pulse 2 book. Turn to page 34. Want to share screen now. This is Pulse 2 Form 1. Okay, can you see? So everybody, this is about a boy in New Zealand. Now, for the fact, New Zealand is a country in the Pacific Ocean. It's about 1,500 kilometers east of Australia. So many earthquakes happen there. And then New Zealand also has more than 50 volcanoes too. Wow, that's New Zealand for you. The beautiful country with the Frisian cows too. Do you know, have you seen New Zealand in television before, in National Geographic, in Wildlife, and then it's a very nice country, very beautiful, but it has many volcanoes and it has many earthquakes. So we are going to read about a natural disaster in New Zealand now, the earthquake in Christchurch. Okay. Now, anyone wants to read this? Who wants to be the reporter? Who wants to be J?
Another reporter.
Okay, Melda Kaisara, you'll be the reporter. Who wants to be J?
I am.
Tukachini will be J. Okay. So, was a few years ago, a terrible earthquake happened in the city of Christchurch in New Zealand. It killed 185 people, but J. Watson had a lucky escape. So start, reporter.
What were you doing when the earthquake happened? I wasn't at school that day because I was sick. I was sitting on my bed when I heard a terrible noise and the whole house started shaking.
What did you do?
I realized it was an earthquake, so I quickly got down on the floor between my bed and the wall. I thought that was the safe place. At school, we often have earthquake drills, so we know what to do in an emergency.
What happened next?
Suddenly, the wall of my bedroom collapsed and I fell out of the house. I fell about 10 meters from the second floor of the house into the front garden.
Were you hurt?
At first, I thought I was seriously injured, but I actually only had a few scratches and bruises on my back. I was really lucky.
How did you feel?
Scared, and not just because of the fall. Lots of bricks fell on top of me while I was lying on the ground. Our next door neighbor, who's a firefighter, pulled me out from under the bricks. My mom can't believe that I was alive.
How did your life change because of the earthquake?
Well, we had to move to a new house because there was so much damage to our old one. It is in a different area, but I still go to the same school and it's only got one floor, so I feel a bit safer.
Okay, very good, Kaisara and Turkachini. Anyone else wants to read? Who wants to be reporter? Ila. Okay, Ila. Ila ambil reporter. Okay. Okay, Ila, you'll be the reporter. Who wants to be Jay? Danish? You want to be Jay? Who wants to be Jay? Chin En ke? Hajar? Najib? Who wants to be Jay? No one? Arina? Akila? Anyone wants to be Jay? I'm Shika. Okay, I'm Shika will be Jay. Okay, now, a few years ago, a terrible earthquake happened in the city of Christchurch in New Zealand. It killed 185 people, but Jay Watson had a lucky escape. Okay, reporter.
What were you doing when the earthquake happened?
I was not at school that day because I was sick. I was sitting on my bed when I heard a terrible noise and the whole house started shaking.
What did you do?
I realized it was an earthquake, so I quickly got down on the floor between my bed and the wall. I thought that was my uh, I thought that was my
The safest place.
I thought that was the safest place. At school, we often have earthquake drills so we know what to do in an emergency.
What happened next?
Suddenly, the wall of my bedroom collapsed and I fell out of the house. I fell about 10 meters from the second floor of the house into the front garden.
Were you hurt?
At first, I thought I was seriously injured, but I actually only had a few scratches and bruises on my back. I was really lucky.
How did you feel?
Scared, and not just because of the fall, lots of bricks fell on top of me while I was lying on the ground. Our next door neighbor, who's a firefighter, pulled me out from the under the bricks. My mom could not believe that I was alive.
How did your life change because of the earthquake?
Well, we had to move to a new house because there was so much damage to our old one. It's in a different area, but I still go to same school, and it's only got one floor, so I feel a bit safer.
All right, thank you very much, Sheila, and also Amshika. Very good reading. Well done. So now let's look at the question. Okay. Look at the pictures of Jay and his house after an earthquake. Can you guess where he was when the earthquake happened? Where was Jay when the earthquake happened?
His house shaking.
In his house, on his bed. Okay, then good. So let's take a look. This one read, we have listened and then check your answers to exercise 1. He actually was sitting on his bed when the ground started shaking, when the house started shaking. That was where he was. Okay. Now let's look at exercise 3 because I couldn't take this up. Look at exercise 3. Choose the correct words. Okay. Number 1, J. Alamak. Number 1, J tried to escape or protect himself.
Protect himself.
Very good, Najib. Very good. Arina?
Protect himself.
And good, Kaisara. Okay.
Protect.
Yes, correct, Tukachini. Right, now, what about number 2? J fell out of a window or J fell through a wall?
Through a wall.
Through a wall.
Okay, good, Ila, Najib, Tukachini and Kaisara. Yes, that's correct. He fell through a wall. How does that happen? Oh, because he was at the second floor. And then he fell. Okay.
The wall collapsed.
The wall collapsed. Okay, look at number 3. J was badly or not badly hurt in the earthquake.
Not badly. Not badly.
Not badly hurt. Correct, Arina, Kaisara, Najib. Tak dengar lah mana Eugene ni memang buka. Memang only appear here but he's not here. Eugene, are you there? Okay, next. Number 4. J was helped by someone he knew or a team of firefighters.
Someone
Someone he knew.
Pandai lah korang ni. You won't have any problem with comprehension whatsoever. Correct. He was helped by someone he knew. And number 5. J no longer lives in the same area ke J no longer goes to the same school?
live
No
in
longer
the same
live in the same area.
Yeah.
Yes. Apa tu? The answer is J no longer lives in the same area. Okay. Now, do earthquake ever happen in your country? In Malaysia? Does earthquake ever happen in our country, Malaysia?
No.
No.
Never. Because the shake we felt some tremors lah, but that's not from our country. It's either from Philippines or in what other country that has a lot of earthquake? It's either Philippines, our neighboring country, or this big country, our neighbor country. Kadang-kadang we feel all the earthquakes from there.
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yes, correct. Okay. So that is reading comprehension. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of you had answered. You have a very high chance of getting all correct for reading comprehension in your examination. Okay. And now we do this part where some of you have made a few mistakes in the past simple and past continuous tense. Take a look at page 35. Take a look at page 35. This is grammar, past simple and past continuous tense. This is where you take out your grammar book. Okay. Like that. Do you know, do you understand past simple or past continuous? Do you want me to explain to you what past simple and past continuous is?
No, teacher.
Okay, we have done this before, right? So this is a enrichment exercise. Therefore, you should have known about this. Now, for example, I want to ask you about, before we start, I have a few words for you to change, a few verbs for you to change into the continuous tense. Okay. If, number one, if the noun is singular, which one do we use? Was or were?
Was.
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 Correct. Very good. If the noun is plural,
Were.
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 can someone give me a plural noun or pronoun? Plural pronoun. Is it I? Is it she?
They.
They is a plural pronoun. Lagi?
We.
We. Lagi? One more?
Our.
Our. Our tak. Itu possessive.
They.
They, we, you. That is a plural pronoun. Okay. What is a singular pronoun? I.
Me.
She.
She.
Her.
Our.
Kim.
Her.
Her is a I, he, she, and it. Okay.
You, teacher.
You tak. You is a
Plural.
plural pronoun. Okay. Kalau his, tak boleh his. Dia tak boleh single je. Dia kata his mum. Macam tu. His mum singular ke plural?
Singular.
Singular. Yes. Apa tu? His grandparents
Were.
why?
Plural.
Plural.
Sebab grandparent.
Okay. Kalau apa tu? My cats.
Plural.
Pandai. So, tapi dia tak boleh lah his ataupun my ataupun her tu jadi singular ke plural. Bukan His ke, my ke, him, hers ke, her cats ke, tak. Her dengan his dengan my tu, it's not, it's a possessive pronoun. Dia selepas tu. Baru tu, macam his what. His book. Book tu baru kita panggil plural ataupun singular. Understand?
Yes, teacher.
Understand.
Okay. So, look at the table, then copy and complete the rules with while, with when and while. So before that, I want to ask you about this lah. Apa tu? Because for the continuous ni special sikit. Continuous ni, for example, I give you another one. Continuous is like this.
Quiz.
Past continuous still was and were. But then past continuous, okay. Start presenting this first, and then okay. This one. Present. I'm gonna present this. I'm gonna ask you something. Still under the part. This one, this past continuous, okay? Past continuous. Okay. It's either was, last, verb, last, ing, or were, last, verb. Can you see this? Last, ing. Okay. Now, was what we understand, singular and plural. What about the changes in the spelling? So, this one. Change into what? Hit. How to make it continuous?
Hitting.
How to spell?
Hitting.
Correct. Next. What about this one? Say.
Saying.
Saying.
How to spell?
Saying.
Yes. Correct. What about this one? Lie.
Lying.
How to spell?
Lying.
Lying. Correct. What about this?
Coming.
How to spell?
Coming.
Correct. What about this?
Sitting. Sitting.
Yes. What about this?
Dying.
How to spell? Huh? D-I?
Dying.
D-Y-I-N-G. Dying. Yes. What about this?
Having.
Spell.
Having.
Okay. What the last one? What about this?
Hopping. Hopping.
Hopping.
Hopping.
Huh? H-O?
Hopping.
Tak boleh. It's like this. H-O. Satu P je. Okay? Lain macam. What about this? Last one.
Running.
How to spell?
RUNNIG.
RUNNIG.
Double N-I. Okay. So you have to watch out for this. How do you learn this, teacher? We learn by apa tu? Looking at the vowels. If we don't know about the vowels, we learn by doing lots of readings. We come when we read, we come by the words and then we memorize. English, learning English is lots about memorization because sometimes um, we have two vowels like sitting and running, but then we can't have hoping. What about kalau ni?
Hoping.
How to spell?
Hoping.
This one double P, hopping. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that is, we're done with that. Stop sharing this, and then the only thing is you must understand your was and your were, your singular nouns and your plural nouns. And then for the past continuous tense, it's either was or were. Okay. And plus verb plus ing. So let's take a look at pause 2. Now, how do we use, teacher? How do we use apa tu, when to put past tense, simple past, and when to put past continuous? So the thing is, yes. Okay. The thing is, apa tu, you use past simple after when ke while?
When?
When you see the word when. You use past simple when you see the word when. This is actually a compound sentence tau. I was sitting on my bed. Stop. I heard a noise. Stop. So when you combine the sentence together, it becomes a compound sentence. I was sitting on my bed when I heard a noise. Okay. When you see when, after it is the past simple. Okay. So we usually use the past continuous after the word. Past continuous pula after the word when you see while. After the word while is going to be past continuous. Okay. I heard a noise. Stop. That is past simple. I was sitting on my bed. Stop. That is the past continuous. How to combine the two sentences? It's like this. I heard a noise while I was sitting on my bed. Okay. So, when you see number 1, exercise 2, you see when ke while?
When?
When. Okay, when you see when, after the word when will be the past simple ke the past continuous?
Past simple.
Past simple. Before the word when?
His
Before
brother
the word when?
the light went up.
Before the word when, it will be the past continuous.
Continuous.
For example, his brother was the word.
Was.
Was.
Was. Kenapa was?
Sebab seorang
Sebab dia
Sebab
singular.
dia singular. Okay, he's the single. His brother was eating when the lights go out. Mana nak tukar? Go ke out?
go.
Go. When the lights what out?
Went out.
Went out. It's like that. Okay. So, apa tu for your exercise today, you buat exercise 2 je. Boleh?
Boleh.
Can.
You do exercise 2
Can.
every time. And then I want you to go to Google Classroom. Ada assignment kat situ.
Yes.
Okay? So anyone else
Yes.
need help? Anyone else still blur about this? What to do with exercise 2? Past continuous, past simple. Cakap dengan teacher.
No.
Teacher, yang nak
Hmm.
kena buat muka surat 35, number 2
Exercise 2.
Okay.
Muka surat 35 tu je. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Teacher in book?
Grammar.
Okay.
Any other questions? Tapi janji lepas after this doing this exercise you kena pergi mana?
Google Classroom.
Google Classroom buat word wall tu.
Buat word wall tu. Okay. Siapa dah tengok tu? Thank you very much.
Teacher,
Yeah.
pas buat word wall tu kena screenshot hantar teacher ke?
Tak perlu. Teacher tahu. Teacher dah dapat jawapan. Teacher
Okay.
dah dapat jawapan. Thank you to Kak Cini. Okay. That's it for class today. Any other questions? Siapa yang blur-blur pasal past continuous, past simple, I'm still here. Until 11:45. You can WhatsApp me. Okay, especially I'm really worried especially for your singular and plural too. Make sure you understand what is singular and plural pronoun. Nouns barulah you boleh buat. You can understand?
Teacher, I'm done with the word wall.
Thank you, Ila. Okay, sorry. Excited. Thank you very much for today. That's all the lesson for today. We have learned a bit about we have learned about the earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand, and how Jay survived. And then we have learned about the past simple and past continuous. You're going to continue by doing the work in exercise 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And also you're going to continue with the assignment in the Google Classroom. Okay, that's all for the class today. I'll be here until 11:45 in the WhatsApp group. So if you have any questions, you can always contact me. That's all class for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Bye, teacher.
Thank you,
Assalamualaikum.
teacher.
Bye, teacher. Assalamualaikum. Bye, teacher.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you, teacher.
Assalamualaikum, Ibu.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi. Bye. You're welcome.
Bye, teacher.
Bye.